Hi guys, and welcome to a new strategy guide. So this is a replay sent in, and replaying a question sent in by a guy called Facey, and in this matchup he's playing a stealth in the top as a sign killer, and in the bottom we've got a huge Dala who is in the yellow as a toxin. So Facey sent in this replay and asked for help in the stealth versus toxin matchup in general. He asked what his mistakes were in this game, and if we can come up with some improvements on how to generally fight against the Toxin General. His question was aimed specifically on the tournament desert map without any cars, so that's what we're going to focus on. For now we're just going to watch this replay first and then see what happens, what goes wrong, and then we will rewatch it and point out what we could do instead, or wherever we could improve a little bit. Okay, so Facey in the top has done, I think, 5 workers. He's got a tunnel going here, terrorist going there, worker on the left, and he's built this supply and a tunnel on the right. Huge Dala, by the way. I've never heard of Facey before. I don't know if I've played him or if he's playing under a different name. But Huge Dala is a Game Ranger player. He plays quite a bit of 1v1, I think. I think just 1v1, I might be wrong, but I've played him a few times and he is actually pretty good, so he's by no means a beginner, he's a very good player. So clicks on that rebel, we can see that Huge Dala is going for a quick oil capture with the oil upgrade. We can see it's highlighted there in the bottom right, and he's sending a tech. Facey has just loaded up some RPGs in that technical there. He's also secured the middle and gone a second tunnel really fast. No tunnel set up here. The terrorist is going to die and probably all the workers. Okay, he's dropped a worker off. Both causing some harassment with the tech. This tech has ran past and missed this one. Okay, that tech died but did kill some workers there. He's now lacking money. Huge dollars on 2,000. Okay, dropped off some RPGs. Oh, unfortunately, 2 of them have died. Okay, and he's left some scrap there as well for the for this tech to get. If Huge Dala knows his stuff yet, he'll tech that up and make it into a super tech. That one's going to be pretty hard to kill now. Okay, so Huge Dala's moving forward, trying to get some map control. You can see quite a bit of the map. Facey's still not on his oil, however Huge Dala had that pretty quick. I think Facey was rebuilding his workers. Okay, 1 tech died there. I think that's already the souped up tech, so even though there was another scrap pile there, he ran over it. I don't know if it vetted up again or if it just got in the cache. I think it gets you does it get you like 73 cash, something like that? Or 65. Okay, so this tech's going to be a bit annoying now because the tech's so quick. It's probably one of the quickest, or the quickest unit in the game. Maybe that and buggies. He can just do some damage. Like, he's killed his barracks now, and he can't build any more. He can't build any more tunnels for a while. And the tech, because it's so quick, and it's Vet 3 now, so it's got even more armor, more HP, and probably a bit more damage. I don't know the exact stats for it, but it's as powerful as a tech can get. So it self heals itself, so it can just run around and cause havoc. Huge Dala's now on a 3rd supply. It's got these scorps with the toxin. Okay, a bit unfortunate that one has that building has died. He's still got this side though, that's pretty good. Okay, second arms dealer and rebuilding that barracks, although I don't know if he needed to because there was already one there. And okay, what to do now? Okay, well, watch this. He shouldn't be doing a beacon yet. He should be playing. He should be playing maximum. He's still well in this. He's got 2 war factories, 2 supplies. He's definitely not dead by any means. So don't shouldn't be asking me a question there. Nothing that big has happened yet. Okay, for Huge Dollar then, second war factory and a palace. So he's on 3 supplies and an oil. So he's had his oil for quite a bit. This tech's going to cause even more damage. So each of them workers is 200 lost. And the tech, even though it took all that damage just then, it still ran away because it's so teched up. Unless he got the rocket upgrade, yeah. So stealth doesn't have any tanks, so it's pretty weak against Scorps. Especially because the Scorps fire these as standard without any upgrades. They fire those toxin shells. And you can even upgrade them later on to gamma shells. But that means that these tanks that only cost 650, I think they cost, they can chew through quads and they can kill rockets as well. So Huge Dollar doesn't even really need that quad there because I think the quad costs 750, whereas the Scorps actually cost 650. So you'd actually save 100 and have a stronger unit because it can kill. It can kill both inf and quads. So Huge Dollar is now going up to a 4th supply. He's got his palace and weirdly building a black market on the side here. I think he knows he's won this, so okay, so wasted some quads over the side. So those quads are no match, especially near a bunker, no match for a toxin tunnel. I think 4v versus 1 tunnel is probably what you need to kill 1 tunnel, but 1 unit pops and that battle is totally changed straight away. Huge Dollar could even collect those supplies there. Okay, he's just getting his oil now on 8 minutes. And he's put another beacon and said GG, or GGGGG, and he gives up.
You have been defeated.
I didn't see how much cash Huge Dollar had at the end there, but I'm guessing he had loads of cash. Okay, so we're going to watch that again and we're going to see where he went wrong, where everything started spiraling out of control. Right, okay, so he's done, both players have done a fake barracks, which is perfect. That's the perfect opening. The reason you do a fake barracks is so you can get a worker here quicker. Because now that worker's running now, where otherwise he'd still be building the real one. So you want to keep going. Second worker I would always do to this supply, which he's done. And I probably would sell now, or another worker or even 2 more workers and queue them to the supplies. Right, okay, I'm just going to pause here. So that barracks is upgraded now. He should now be building a terrorist, because if Huge Dollar has got, or any random, whoever you're playing, the terrorist is probably going to do a barracks here, and they're probably going to send a terrorist. And sometimes, I haven't timed it exactly, sometimes a terrorist can get there and stop that tunnel from building. So you want to do a terrorist and you want to run him past here, and you want to be looking for the enemy terrorist, and you want to just sacrifice yours for his. And if he doesn't do one, you might be able to get a terrorist and stop his tunnel. So you always want to do a terrorist first. Where's the second worker? Right, second worker is going to go over here. Now Facey in a minute does his tunnel here, and he does his war factory here. You can do it there, but I would personally do it more like here, because let's say you've got your arms dealer over here and you're constantly putting units over here. It's quite a long way, and if you get attacked from here from like techs or something, and you pop from your tunnel all the way over there, you're not anywhere near your war factory, and you're not going to be able to stop a terror tech either. So I would personally do your tunnel next to your arms dealer. Okay, on this side, this is quite a big thing. So in a second, right, Facey puts his worker here. He's got loads of cash to build a supply. Puts it here for no reason, so he's already walked all around there, and then he's walking all the way back. So that's maybe like, what, 4 or 5 seconds, something like that wasted, maybe 3, to go and build it over here. But this is the biggest thing, is this worker down here is doing nothing. So you want to be doing it here, or you want to do that supply a little bit closer and do the tunnel there. So later on when a tech comes, that tunnel's already up and you've blocked off that whole side. If a tech comes here, you can select all your workers and put them inside. I'll just pause again before anything else happens. You can put them all inside, and then when you've got a little bit of extra cash, you can build a tunnel here. So you'll see a lot of good players do a tunnel here, and you totally block off. You leave loads of room there for your workers to collect. And later on, when you send this tech down the left side, sorry, the right side, you can be harassing, but he'll be microing his tech around here, but he won't be able to get in, and you don't even have to look over there. They're just automatically protected if you do it right, and they'll be forced to go over here. And later on, he does go over here after he's killed all your workers over there, and he goes in here. And this tunnel, even though you built it there to protect against these things that's attacking your workers, the tech still just goes in and just rapes all the workers anyway. So alright, so Facey does a terrorist over here. Now I'm guessing that is to be probably on guard mode, and when a tech comes, you're hoping that he's not going to be paying attention, and you want the terrorist to run into him. That can work, but if he's paying attention and he's a good player like Huge Dalla is, he's not going to fall for that, and he's just going to shoot that down and then kill all his workers. If all those workers are worth 200 each, and you want to have 5 or 6 there, so that's $1,000 or $1,200. And early game, if that happens, and especially if it happens to both supplies, which is about to now, you have already lost the game unless you do some massive damage in return. So there, so that's 200, and that's another 600, so that's 800 lost on workers already. This tech, I'm guessing, was on attack move, which I never do with techs because that happens. You want to try, I know the tech's fast, but you want to select it and attack. Now he's lost concentration on this one because he was paying attention back at home. But you see how much cash he's got now. He's got hardly any cash. So unless Facey does some massive damage now, and that was a bad pop. You need to pop and keep your techs by the tech. Kill one tech, get the scrap, and then turn around, evacuate, micro it back, let the RPGs do the damage, and block the enemy tech from running him over with your own tech. And when he collected those 2 scraps there, that's just like the nail in the coffin. You could have had a worker on hot group 5. As soon as that happens, you press 5, place an invisible tunnel over the scrap to cancel the scrap, then click on it and press C to cancel it, and then repeat that. You see, you press 5 and place the tunnel, and then click on the tunnel and press C to deny that scrap from happening. I'm guessing he just waypointed that down the side just to see if he gets lucky, but that didn't happen. You could have paid attention and you could have saved that. Major thing is Huge Dalla got his oil pretty much straight away from the offset. I think he even went rebel straight away without getting a without making any terrorists. So Huge Dalla has had his oil since, like, I can't even remember, 2 minutes and 30 seconds or 45 seconds. Whereas this oil is not even, I don't even think there's a rebel out. Oh yeah, there's a rebel out. But I'm guessing there's no upgrade because later on it gets to 8 minutes and this oil still isn't captured. That's a massive thing. Where's this rebel going now? Has he even got the upgrade? No upgrade. So a knock-on effect, because this tech is now super powerful, he's cancelled the, I'm guessing the upgrade was building. He's managed to cancel that, and also we're, oh, it's even floating for some NK there.
A warrior has fallen.
Yeah, so because he's cancelled that, it's had a knock-on effect and caused even more damage. This second tunnel really quick was a good idea because you want to be you want to be bunkering in and you want to be making tunnels. This second arms dealer is the next massive mistake. You never or very rarely want to be making a second arms dealer stealth versus Tox. You want to be making a palace and you want to be getting super quick buggies out. That's what you want to be doing. And I'll show you why in a second. And from here, this is where he places the beacon. He knows he's lost, and I'm not going to bother watching the rest. Huge Dala here has massive map control. I personally wouldn't even do that palace. I would go straight up to 2 war factories and just pump out them cheap scorps with the rocket upgrade and just go straight down the middle. You could probably even take on that bunker. You could take on all of this stuff. Yeah, so it's all downhill from here. Here comes the second arms dealer. I would have done that the other way around. Alright, so I'm going to cancel that and I'm going to bring up the spreadsheet. So I've listed here all the advantages of both armies, Toxin and Stealth. So I've highlighted in red and green the main things we want to focus. You can read all of these. I'm not going to read all of them out though. I don't want to bore the video with an Excel spreadsheet. Okay, Stealth's advantages. You've got cheap quads, so the enemy quads cost 750, yours cost 700. So in a quad battle, if you're constantly spamming quads, you should win because every unit you make, you're making $50 on the enemy. Your tunnels can stealth, the enemies can't. You've got cheap buggies at 900, the enemies cost 1100. You've got hijackers, and you've also got a GPS scramble earlier. So we're going to write earlier. You got it at the 3-star promotion as opposed to Tox doesn't get it at all actually. Yeah, he doesn't get it at all. Okay, Toxin's disadvantages, he's got more expensive quads, so his cost 750 as I said, so if he's producing quads versus you, that's a bit of a mistake, you shouldn't be doing that. You've got expensive buggies for Tox, which is at 1100, so every buggy you make, if you're trading them off, you're always making 200 on your enemy, so you want to be making buggies. And Toxin's tunnels can't stealth, so late game when you've both got buggies, if you have both got buggies or whatever, the stealth can pop all its buggies out of a tunnel, pick off another tunnel and then go back inside, but the Toxin can't do that because he's got to be constantly scanning with a radar van. Stealth's disadvantages, you've got no tanks and you lack firepower to attack into Toxin tunnels. So in that game with Facey, he attacked with 4 quads into a Toxin tunnel, the enemy popped and killed all the quads, so that's a bad thing, you don't want to be doing that. Toxin's advantages, he has tanks obviously, he's got powerful Toxin tunnels as we just said, he's got Tox Rebels so he can clear out the middle really early for only cost 200. Stealth Rebels cost 200 as well, by the way, they're the same price. He's got the Tox Rebel Ambush, we didn't get to that in the previous game that we just saw, however that is a strong factor later on, and you've got stronger terrorists for Tox as well, so you can take out a war factory in just 4 hits from terrorists as opposed to 5 with Stealth. Okay, so I just booted up a skirmish versus the computer. We're going to play Stealth in the top and we're going to play against the Toxin in the bottom. Just going to talk about where we want to end up. What we're going to do early game is, well, we know early game Toxin has the Scorps and we don't, so we only have quads, and Scorps beat quads, and Scorps apparently also beat RPGs because they've got them Toxin shells and they only cost 650, so it's pretty ridiculous for Tox. It's got a huge advantage early game. For about the first 50% of the game you're on the back foot and you need to dig in deep. No sending quads down the side to take on overpowered Toxin tunnels. You want to just dig deep and get a palace, so that's what you're going to do. You're also going to get the oil early, and if he goes heavy on the Scorps you can make hijackers, because hijackers either cost, I think they cost 800, but they can change entire battles. So an enemy might have, say, 5 Scorps, and he might be able to guess that his 5 Scorps can kill your few quads and your few tunnels and RPGs, but as soon as you've taken a unit off him, that battle totally changes then, because he's lost 1 unit and you've gained 1 unit, so it's changed by a difference of 2 units, and you can swing that whole battle and that can save you. So you want to make in hijackers if you need them. You want to be making more tunnels because you get 2 free RPGs with every tunnel, and it just slows him down and slows him down. You want to dig really deep, and as soon as you've got that palace, you don't want to go 2 arms dealers, you want to get palace straight away. And then you want to get black markets, you want to get the worker shoes upgrade so it powers you even more through the mid game and the late game. gets you more income. You want to get buggies, and that's what you want to be doing. Basically, you want to be going buggies because you've got stealth tunnels you can pop from anywhere on the map as long as you haven't lost too much map control in the beginning, and you can pick off all his tunnels, pick off all those scorps that he's built, and slowly reclaim the map back. And then the last 50% of the game, you should be dominating that with those buggies. Okay, so we're just going to load into this game. I'm not going to say do the same build order every time. Not say to
I will obey. Do not hurt me.
do the same thing exactly every time.
What do you
But I'm going to just show you roughly what I would do compared to the replay we just saw. I'm going to do the barracks over here,
work? I'm hungry.
as opposed to where Facey did it over here. It's quicker to get terrorists into the center and to get a tunnel up if you actually do the
Peasant. Yes, if that is what
do it like that instead. We're going to press B to upgrade,
I'm just a peasant.
and we're going to send a worker over here.
I'm just a peasant. I will work. I'm hungry.
That's going to finish. We're going to press T twice. We're going to build a
I'm hungry. I'm just a peasant. If that is what
build
you
two
want.
terrorists.
What do you want? Construction has been completed. This hammer is heavy.
I love a crowd.
We're going to put the terrorist straight in the middle on guard mode, and if we're lucky, we'll be able to stop his tunnel.
We must have justice.
I am finished with the cannot we live in peace.
I will
Now let's see, he hasn't built a terrorist, which he didn't in the last game. You should be able to stop his
I will obey.
now. I would do a tunnel there.
I will work.
As soon as these workers are finished,
Construction has been completed. I will work.
for shelter.
we're going to do that.
Underground.
We're going to collect from the supply.
Yes, and I have some shoes.
So we're going to be defensive. We're not going to attack and waste these techs. We're going to expect. Well, we've got vision here and we've got vision over here, so we're going to expect that we're going to kill up a rebel. We're going to expect that a tech is going to come this way,
I will try to
because that's our weakness at the moment. So I select one tech, double tap E, and I've selected both of them. I've queued up the rebel. Going to build another tunnel there. The reason, actually I haven't done it, you should have them out and press the X key. So when a tech comes to do a terror tech, if he does, because 50% of the time your the Tox will probably do that. I'm going to get the upgrade. Then you can get a little bit of damage off, and if you see him coming through the middle, you get these techs and you come over here and stop him doing that. And this now is entirely boxed in, so no techs can get through there, I don't think. Let's just try and put ours in there.
The tunnels will protect us.
Watch him go in now. No, he can't. So before, when you had your tech going down here and you came in here and did a little bit of damage, he also went up here and started killing your workers.
Upgrade complete.
Yes, I will go.
So you would have been boxed in and not have to worry about that, not even have to go back to your base. And over here, yeah, your workers are exposed, but you can do like a quad there and this RPG and whatever. You might lose a few workers, but you definitely won't lose all of them, and then all of them over here. As soon as the oil is ready, you want to get that, and then you want to make either one or two quads, depending on what's coming. Maybe make a hijacker. If you notice he's going straight to Scorps, you want to be doing like more tunnels and slowly getting map control, so you want to be moving forward.
Hungry.
Go in there. You've been doing more tunnels. You've got a hijacker coming. The hotkey for hijacker is I. You can build more, and then as soon
A warrior has fallen.
we're not going to pay attention to this. We're playing against the computer. As soon as you can afford it, as soon as you've got about 3.5k or whatever, then you want to build a palace. It's all about when to build that palace. If you build it too soon, you'll die. If you know you've got good
A warrior has fallen.
if you know you've got your oil and you're well enough in there, and you've got enough tunnels to keep yourself secure for a bit, and you can use these hijackers, then you can make palace. So you don't want to like invest all your money 2.5k straight into palace, because then you'll die. You want to know in your head. You've got to try and, if you've not scouted, you've got to try and guess when to upgrade to a palace. Another build order we'll just show again.
A warrior has fallen.
So that's just like a standard build order. We can now play again. Show you something completely different. If I was to play against a serious player, this build what I'm about to do now is probably what I would do. So we're still going to do 5 workers. This worker always has to build a tunnel at the edge of the fog where you can see it and build it as close there as possible.
What do you want with me? Do not hurt
So we're going to do the same workers
I'm hungry. There's not
to the
enough
supply.
room for that thing.
Get that supply up straight away.
Okay, I will work.
Upgrade this.
I will obey.
So it's all the same so far. I'm going to press 1 terrorist and then 1 rebel.
We live in peace. Yes.
This one is going to collect,
What do you want with me? This hammer is
and we're still going to box this
I
in.
can't build there.
So the difference is this one is going to collect.
I'm just a peasant. Cannot we live in peace?
He's not going to build a tunnel.
We will not be
I will
oppressed.
work.
So the reason for that is we're going to go fast oil capture.
Do not hurt me.
They will fear
I
us.
will work. I'm hungry. Construction has been.
Now we're going to build 1 worker.
Construction has been done.
Must be preserved. Quick, ready yourself. Let's get
I
in there.
will obey.
We're going to garrison that stuff. We're going to build a tunnel. And as soon as we've got 200 again,
What do you want?
we're going to build another worker. And then even another worker. You can get one thing up there. And then as soon as you've got enough,
What do you
so you see we've got the capture upgrade already at 127. As soon as you've got enough, I want to build a tech.
Yes.
No cost. It's
Don't
too
waste
great.
any time.
Clear them
Get
out.
that.
Cannot we live in
And then get that.
hammer is
Right, so now if he comes through the middle, we're going to see him with his tech,
I sense danger.
and we can either block him with our tech and kill it, or we can just kill it or whatever. If he comes around the side, we've got vision of this bit already, and we're boxed in, so we're safe there. Now, depending on what you see now, if he's already got loads of scorps and stuff, I'd probably start making hijackers. So I'd go hotkey I, I'd do more tunnels and whatever. However, if you see he's gone quick oil capture, which he did in that game, and you notice he's going palace or whatever, then you want to do the same. You want to adapt. So now I'd probably go palace, probably do it like there, or you can hide it on this side. You don't want to do it on a side like there, or really close to the edge, because if it dies, that's your whole game over basically, because you need to
I sense danger maybe near. How about the test drive, huh?
you need to be going buggies. That's how we're going to win.
Does it have to
Also, you can build a supply there, make it invisible so we can't see, and you want to keep holding on to this middle. If he goes inside those buildings, you want to make a toxin tractor and pop out immediately and take those back. You want to try and keep him off the middle, keep him busy. If you notice if you notice like now, you don't need these techs anymore. So what you can do is, I've labelled them 3 and 4. I'm going to click 3. I'm going to put him over here. Hold Alt. I'm going to waypoint him all the way down the side, and then we're going to press 4. Do the same with that one. Waypoint him all around there, so no matter where he is, his workers are going to die. And then forget about them. And now it's like you're already doing commands with them. You don't have to worry about them. They're useless now anyway, because he's going scorps. So now you can be like digging in, making more tunnels, making a tunnel here, going in here, going in here. Okay, in real life he wouldn't have three stingers there. Did kill a load of workers there. You don't want to be losing any workers yourself, because as we saw before, they cost 200 each. So if he kills 5, that's 1,000, and that's massive early on.
cannot we live in peace?
Then you want to be doing
I'm just a peasant.
black markets. Yeah, so that's massive early on, and it costs you, doesn't only cost you 1,000 to replace it, but the build time, it takes ages to get back up to 5 workers, not to mention the wasted funds and whatever. So you don't want to be losing any of them. We can make that invisible. We can even then do a fake arms dealer. You always want to be floating a little bit of cash. Don't always
I will make my own path.
They won't expect anything.
don't always spend to 0. You want to be able to adapt to what you see. So if, for example, you see he's going loads of buses, you might want to start springing up some more tunnels or stingers or whatever. And the other build order you can do is, if you watch back to a previous video I did called GLA in-depth analysis, I think it's called, you can do 7 workers and just go heavy tunnels in the beginning, get your oil, and then upgrade to arms dealer, and then get your palace. You want to be going buggies. That's how you beat Tox, is going buggies. I'm just going to watch a few replays that I have. Okay, so let's watch this one. Can't remember exactly what this happens, but what happens in this replay. But it's TD no cars. You notice there's no cars. And this is a guy called Dear Nicholas, is also called Reality. He's a very good player, probably about the same skill level as Huge Dalla, maybe a little bit better. I don't know. Okay, so notice I've done my barracks on the edge of the fog. I'm going to upgrade it and get this worker moving over here straight away. Well, I should do. It's a bit of a waste of time there. So I always do my tunnel around this general area. So earlier I boxed it in that side, however you can do it like this and do a tunnel there and box him in that way as well. You can do that. Now my terrorist is going to shut down his worker. If I'm paying attention, I should force fire the ground there. Oh, there must be a bit of lag because he turned. Okay, now the tunnel stopped him a little bit. It's made him slow. Also, the reason for going terrorist down the middle is because if I'm paying attention now, I should stop that. I don't think I'm paying attention, am I? That could have easily been stopped and I could have been a bit ahead there. So I fanned out my RPGs. Not only does it give me huge vision, as you can see, I can see loads of the map. I'm just digging in deep, and also any text that come, those RPGs can take it down. So here comes attack, just like in the game against Huge Dalla. So I actually lost my arms dealer there, and he's making a tunnel. Shut down any tunnels that are in your base. So make it a rebel. I took a bit of damage and I'm going to have to rebuild, and I'm going to be slow for a while. You want to get oil nice and early. So I've boxed in those workers. So just micro well your techs. Like I could have lost that tech there, but luckily microed it back just in time to save. Again, I don't think I'm paying attention a lot this game. I could easily shut down that tunnel. I could actually even finish the tunnel and take the 800 away from it. So he's gone for the middle. I think he cleared out my building with a Tox Rebel. So as soon as he does that, you want to take it back. Actually, I've killed it. Alright, I'm just going to fast forward a bit. This isn't a very good replay. Not a good example, I mean, for... So then, you notice that all I've done is just dug deep and spread myself all over the map. Digging deep and then get into Palace. So this was actually a very bad example. I've gone Palace at 6 minutes. And then he actually quits. I don't know why he's quit there, actually. That was a bad example. Sorry about that. We will now go. So Hawkeye actually made a topic in game replays about how stealth is better than Tox. And this is one of the replays that he posted. Hawkeye's a very good stealth player, so this will be a better one to watch. This is pretty cool what Size has done. So Size is Mental Spooner, and Hawkeye is Casino Royale. He's boxed his stuff in a different way. I like that, it's really cool. Actually, this one's got cars. We'll carry on watching the replay anyway. You notice how Hawkeye is going Palace really quick at 3 minutes. And he's just defending until he gets that Palace. So no second arms deal there, straight away Palace and then black market. So at 5 minutes he's getting his first black market. Oil is a lot quicker. So he's gone Scorps, and you're going to lose the middle because you do lose the Scorps. But then, because Hawkeye has gone buggy so quick, he's able to take that back, and he should be able to pick off all these Scorps. Actually, he's cleared the right hand side with buggies there. And he's going to clear the left side because the buggies are cheap and they're ranged. You can just beat everything. So basically, I won't show the rest of this. Basically, Hawkeye just makes a load of black markets, makes loads of buggies, and wins the game. Here's another replay. This Hawkeye actually played bad this game. This is one of the tournament games, so I actually go for a terror tech, and that wins me the whole game. So you can do a terror tech versus Tox. So again, I'm boxing my workers in. Again, I'm fanning my units out. Actually, I didn't even go a tunnel over this time because I'm investing in the terrorists. And gonna go for a terror attack. I spread the terrorists out so they don't kill each other. I went for a fast terror attack. Hawkeye was playing pretty slow this game, so I was managed to get that. And then also another thing to point out is 1v1. The stealth tunnel beats the Tox tunnel. So even though he's got an RPG helping out, I know my workers healing, but the Toxin tunnel does hardly any damage to the stealth tunnel. So yeah, that's another thing you can do. You can do a terror attack, but don't do that every time. Like I've said in my top tips, you want to be mixing it up. Also, then I'm getting quick oil, and from there I'm getting a fast palace. But by this time I've already done enough damage and won the game. But basically you want to be going, you can do a terror attack, you can mix that in and sacrifice a tunnel on the side. Or you can just play defensive. Dig deep early game, make loads of toxin tunnels, make those hijackers to slow the tox down, and then go palace. Okay, so we'll just watch another replay. So we'll watch this one. So this is Hawkeye in the top. In the yellow is Casino Royale, and in the bottom we've got We Are Extreme, which is actually Noob Fighter, a very good player from a while ago. He stopped playing a few years ago, which is a shame. I know it's got cars. Let's ignore that it's got cars because really it doesn't matter. If you play with cars and you're in the top position, then cars do not matter. All it does is give you an advantage. So what you do if you're playing on the cars version, you make barracks here. You send your first terrorist over here to kill this car. Now Tox will send his terrorist to get that car first, so then you'll meet there at the same time. So that at that point you detonate yourself, or you go inside the car and you just sacrifice. But your second terrorist will be able to get to this one faster than the enemy one can. So if the Tox messes up, you'll take both of them, and if the Tox is paying attention, you can take one of them. So at this point Hawkeye's actually behind, so that's why I'm going to carry on watching this replay, because he lost. I didn't see exactly what happened, but I think he lost some units, yeah, and he lost something over here. Okay, he has caused a bit of damage there, but we're going to ignore that. It doesn't matter. We're just going to watch what Hawkeye does, and lo and behold, at 3 minutes 20 seconds, he's going palace. I actually think that is a bit soon, and I wouldn't do it that quick. I would get oil and then go palace. So it'd probably only be like 10 or 20 seconds slower. Actually, Noob Fighter knows that he's going palace, and he is TNT'd it. But no doubt Hawkeye will rebuild it. So he's taking a bit of pressure in the middle, Luckily he's got just four quads, and he's got some RPGs and this building here to defend himself and just hold on to that middle until he gets his palace. He can't win without this palace, so he's just biding his time. So a technical down the side just to harass some workers. So Tox is doing exactly what he should be doing and making loads of Toxin Scorps, and Hawkey's doing exactly what he should be doing. He's lost his barracks, so he's building it again on the side. Just harass him with some techs. Actually, he's done a good TNT there. Didn't finish it off, but he's done a good TNT. Now, if you've been following what I've been saying so far, you'll often find yourself in this situation where Tox is a really good player and he's attacking with all these Scorps. If this happens, you need to go into ultimate survival mode, which Hawkey happens to be very good at. And even if you're losing all this stuff, it doesn't matter. Just hold on and just pick off each unit with these Scorps. You want to have, sorry, with these buggies. Every unit you kill is a free kill because you've got ranged units, and also you're getting general's promotion as well. So we're going to keep holding on, and just go into survival mode. That's basically what the stealth general should be doing. It's like the survival expert, because he's stealth and invisible all over the map, and he can slowly chip away at his enemy. That's what you want to be doing. It's actually a very good replay. So notice that all Hawkey has is buggies. Just going to keep fast forwarding, just buggies, and the enemy will just have Scorps. If he goes buses, you'd probably have more tunnels up. He has got loads of tunnels up. You want to pop from one, shoot at a bus, go back inside, come out of another one, shoot it. No matter what Toxin makes, the buggies can take it away. So you see, even though it looked like he'd lost the game, he's slowly bringing it back with these buggies. He's actually used GPS Scrambler on there, so they're invisible, so even harder to kill for the Tox, and just making black markets. So you just that's what the Stealth General does. It's survival expert and ranged units of buggies. The only thing that can kill these buggies is well, maybe there's a few other things, but the main thing that's going to kill them is a rebel ambush, which is that. So Toxin always wants to be going for the rebel ambush. Either not, you can go the 4 or the 8. I'd probably prefer to get the 8. I wouldn't get the 16 because I think the bounty, the cash bounty, is worth getting. And if you're stealth, you never want to be getting the rebels. You always want to be getting the cash bounty. Get the maximum one that gets you 20%. So everything that you slowly kill of these tanks, you gain 20% of the value, making you even more of a survival expert. So I'm just going to keep fast forwarding. Hawkey's just making more and more black markets. Spreading himself out, making things invisible. So like if the enemy was coming along now, that building there, unless he force fired it and guessed it was there, which he's not going to do, it's going to separate the Scorps, and in that case then your tunnels can be more effective against anything, against Scorps and whatever, and just like split the enemy army up and chip away at him with the buggies. That's basically everything we're going to be doing. So we're just going to keep fast forwarding. So Noob Fighter has made, or We Are Extreme has made a buggy, but he knows the buggies are $200 more expensive, and he's going to keep sending Scorps, even more Scorps. But he's got an invisible palace, he's got invisible black markets, and he's got a ranged unit, so he's just going to keep chipping away, and he's going to win the game. So that's a real tough example of when you're going to have to be digging in. What else have we got? We've got me versus Tasmani. So Tasmani's a super good player. So I'm in purple as EXE Relay, and 47 Agent is Tasmani, so he's a really good hard player. So there you go. That's my example with the terrorist. So if Huge Dalla was paying attention, or sorry, not paying attention, if he was if he went fast terrorist, he might have been able to kill Facey's worker in the first game. So that's why you want to send a protective terrorist. So again, a different position, you can bunker it in this side. Actually, I think I've left a bit of a gap there for a tech to get through, but you can do another tunnel there, and he should be boxed in. Get map control. So I think I put one terrorist in there because he's gone over to the left, so it just caused a bit of problem. I've actually wasted attack there. And I'm just going into survival mode. I've actually stealthed my arms dealer in case he goes for a terror attack. So he's taken this middle building, like I said. You want to, in that case, make a Toxin Tractor. Because Tasmani's quite a difficult player to play against, he's managed to stop that, and he's causing me quite a few problems this early game. Getting my oil, depending on how aggressive and how much stuff you lose in the beginning, you want to get the oil as fast as possible. So if you notice the enemy's just relaxing in the beginning, get your oil ASAP. If he's being quite aggressive, maybe you can delay it a little bit until you can. So Hawkey's way is to get the palace really quicker than the oil. However, I like to get the oil, get yourself set in, and then go for palace. Nothing worse than finally getting a palace, but by that time you've already got loads of scorps in your base because the enemy's got the oil. You want to get your oil nice and quick. So now at this point it's already looking super good for me, because once I get to that late game, once I'm producing buggies, I'm at the advantage, because those buggies kill everything, and Tox can't compete because they cost 200 extra per unit. So let's see what I do here. So I'll make the palace. What am I actually doing here? And then have I labeled it? Yeah, so what I like to do is build black market straight away, and we should get buggies out. And the black market, I like to label a worker on 5 or a hotkey that I don't use. Build black market and then upgrade that one and build another one, and just keep repeating that. That's the fastest way to build black markets. By this time we've got buggies out. I actually sent a rebel from his base at the oil capture. I've actually earlier I walked it all the way down and just left it in his base. It's a scout. So if you can see how many black markets your enemy's going, you've got an idea of how many scorps they're producing, how far ahead you are. And if he's not paying attention and you are, maybe you can even kill a scaffold with 2,500. So I've got middle supply, I've got my oil, I've got loads of tunnels. I'm just bunkering in. So I've not got 2 arms dealers, although you can upgrade now to 2 arms dealers. I've actually got enough. I shouldn't be floating that amount of money, but you always want to have a comfortable few thousand in the bank, but not maybe like 5 or 6k. You want to be spending as much as possible. So I could have a second arms dealer there and producing even more buggies, but basically just buggies and tunnels all over the map and get more map control. So you see buggies, and the reason he's not making buggies is because they cost that 200 extra, so that's your advantage. And even if he did, that what use are they against invisible tunnels? And the answer is not very much. So, and because I've been pretty good with my macro, I'm able to get a actually he's built a lot of black markets as well, but I've been able to build a scud launcher quicker, and I can make that invisible so the enemy won't be able to see where it is. And because I've got ranged units against non-ranged units, I can just keep chipping away, and I've even nearly taken the whole middle. Just tunnels everywhere. So even if he kills a few of these tunnels, I can pop some buggies out of there and kill his scorps. So he's doing a mixture now of buggies and scorps, but he doesn't really know the full answer of what to do. Jarman is another good unit. Only costs 1500, but he can pick off enemy units and kill RPGs, so he quickly pays for himself. So you notice the enemy buggies can't do anything, but I'm just slowly gaining ground all around the map. and as soon as he attacks in, suddenly he finds out there's like 5 or 6 tunnels, and he's got to shoot in all directions. Then you just pop buggies from another one and pick away, and it's like the First World War, when you've got a load of trenches and you attack into the trenches, and maybe you take one, but then there's another trench behind, and you just keep losing the battle. So, but chipping away at his tunnels with your buggies. So you notice, look at his map control. He can't see any of this because I've killed that. You can see a bit on the right hand side, but then look at mine. Okay, it's not that much difference, but I have loads more of the map than he does. I'm just going to keep fast forwarding, so it's just buggies, buggies, buggies. Eventually I've gone up to 2 war factories, and now I've got loads of cash coming in. You can upgrade to AP ammo and junk and make AP ammo quads, and then you've got fast sneak attack.
You are victorious.
And you can finish the game. So how to beat how to beat Tox as stealth is to make buggies, that's the answer, and to build loads of tunnels, dig in deep early game. You won't win every single game, and you don't have to do the same build order every time. Mix it up, but you mainly want to be going buggies, and that is how you're going to win. Yeah, that's it. So if you have any comments or anything, please comment below. If you like the video, please give it a like, please share and subscribe. So thank you guys.